Okay, so we've established that there's three ways to grow a business. The first one is acquire more customers, right? Acquiring more customers from traffic that doesn't know who you are, from ice cold traffic, as we call it here at Tier 11, is one of the most important and the most challenging things to do online, especially in online marketing. The second way to grow a business is to get them to buy more stuff when they purchase your products and service. So increasing the amount of customers or getting them to buy more when they come to your store or your online business or your website or whatever it happens to be. And the third way is to get them to buy more times, more frequently. So in our example we used, in order to explain this, let's say we've got 2,000 customers, okay, up there as our one. And every time they buy about $1,000 worth of stuff, which is pretty healthy. So that relates back to those two, okay? And then they buy on average twice a year. So number 3 is 2x a year. And if we do the math out, that's actually a $4 million business, which is a pretty darn good business. Now, this is probably an information marketing business. You can do this for an e-commerce business. It doesn't really matter what the business is, just plug these numbers in. So if you can increase any one of these three by maybe, let's say 20%, or if you increase all three by 20%, remarkably, you can practically 2x your business. So let's talk about number 1. First one is getting more customers. But when you actually get more customers, a lot of people have it wrong. They figure out like a cost per acquisition without really doing the math behind it and don't really know what a customer is worth to the business. And this is the foundation of how much you can pay to acquire a customer. Or another terminology for that is CAC, or customer acquisition cost. Before you can figure out CAC though, you have to figure out what a customer is worth to you. And there's really 3 ways in which to do this. So if you're trying to acquire more customers, just one we're working on right here, okay? There's 3 ways to figure out what a customer is worth for you. So let's do an example here. So what is a customer worth? Let's say you have a $4 million business, all right? You've got $4 million in sales and you have 2,000 customers. You go through your CRM or your Shopify, you add it all up, maybe you ask your data guy for this. The second way of doing this is actually easier than the first way. You just ask your data guy, if you've got a CFO, like what's a customer worth? But let's go through the math here. So let's say you have 2,000 actual customers who have bought from you in the last 12 months. So you've got 4 million in revenue divided by 2,000. What's a customer worth to you in a 12-month span? Now remember, we're using 12 months here. You can use a lot of different spans for this. You can use 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. For just the sake of this video here, we're just going to use 12 months to make the math easy. So the actual number would be 4 million divided by 2,000. Therefore, $2,000. Every customer that you have, on average, maybe some buy more, some buy less, but on average, each one of those is worth $2,000. So when you have this number, you can now start to figure out the next step, which is how much can you pay to acquire a customer? Now, the third way to do this, aside from just asking your data guy, which is the easiest way of doing it, or your CFO, is to just take your average order value and multiply it by anywhere between 2 to 8 times. This won't give you as an exact figure, but at least you're doing more than like 99% of businesses. And we look at hundreds, if not thousands of businesses every single year. And one of the first questions that we ask them, frequently it's sort of an uncomfortable question to ask, is like, what is a customer worth? What are you willing and able to pay to acquire a customer? And they don't know. They have no idea because they haven't done this basic math. So before you start to acquire customers, which is one of the 3 ways in which you can grow a business, new customer acquisition is the most popular one. We'll show you exactly how to do that in subsequent videos. You have to know this number before you get anywhere. And then you do the backwards math as to how much you can actually pay to acquire that customer. So this video has been brought to you by Tier 11, your guide to acquiring new customers and enhancing their long-term value, because we believe that every business deserves to be ridiculously successful. So any comments, questions, concerns, confessions, leave them in the comments below. We'll talk to you in the next video.